Hey there, my friends. I'm Cassie, and welcome to Homemaking Without Fear, where I share home-cooked recipes, DIY home projects, lots of home decor ideas, little gardening, mom life, and so much more. Well, it is fall in Montana. My oven is back on, my sourdough starter is back on the counter, and I am baking and cooking all things warm, cozy, and comfortable. This week, I thought I'd bring you along in the kitchen and show you 5 meals that we are loving this fall. We're a family of 5. I have a baby, a 9-year-old, and an 11-year-old, and all of these meals are kid-friendly. Follow the link in the video description to get you to the blog where you can get all of the printable recipes. The first recipe I'm going to share with you is this creamy tomato soup. This tomato soup is just the best. I love to add a grilled cheese to the side or maybe just croutons to the top. Either way, it really is one of my favorite meals of all time. It is simple and flavorful, rich and hearty, and so filling. I love to make this with fresh tomatoes when they're abundant. I just chop them up or use cherry tomatoes and then just throw them in my Ninja blender. I add a little chicken broth or stock, a couple tablespoons of sugar. You could definitely use honey if you'd rather, a pinch of baking soda, salt and pepper to taste. Stir everything together and let it simmer for at least an hour. And all the tomato flavor is nice and concentrated. I just add 2 cups of heavy cream. Taste and adjust seasonings. Oh man, this is making my mouth water. I love to finish this with a drizzle of sour cream, a sprinkle of fresh basil. It is so good. Recipe number 2 for the week is roasted garden veggie linguine. Now you can make this with any vegetables that you have. That's why I love it. Clear out those vegetables out of your crisper drawer and just use what your family likes. Here I had broccoli in the fridge. I had a bunch of tomatoes still. I even had a half a bag of slightly wilted spinach, and I just added that to the sheet pans. Truly, just use anything that your family likes. This meal is so versatile and so easy to whip up in a flash. Spread the vegetables out on sheet pans, drizzle with olive oil, salt and pepper, minced garlic, any other seasoning or herbs that you like. It is as simple as tossing the sheet pans in the oven to roast while you prepare your noodles. During the last few minutes of roasting, I love to toss the veggies with some butter and give everything an extra couple minutes to brown and the flavors to deepen. Just toss in all those roasted veggies. Don't forget to add all of the delicious juices. The tomatoes will burst and release all their yummy cooking liquids, and this is what makes your pasta sauce. Just toss everything together, add a little Parmesan cheese, a little more seasoning if you like, fresh herbs. I also reserve a little bit of the pasta cooking water to loosen up the sauce. All right, day 3, we had Buttercup squash Alfredo sauce. Oh, this is so amazing. It is rich and creamy and savory and healthy too. It's a great dish for kids as it has those hidden veggies. They will love it, I promise. Here I'm just preparing 1 small Buttercup squash by cutting it in half, scooping out the insides and roasting it in the oven at 400 degrees until it's nice and soft. I scoop out all the insides. I just toss that in my Ninja blender with a little bit of water. Blend everything to a thick milkshake consistency. Now I only need 1 cup of squash with this recipe, but I have a baby, and so all the extra I'm just going to save or put in little ice cube trays to freeze for baby food for her. Now, this red sauce that I'm making right here is not part of the Buttercup squash Alfredo sauce for this 3rd recipe, but I knew the next couple days were going to be super busy, so I was trying to get a head start on everything. Here I'm making a quick marinara sauce because I plan to make pizza for later this week. You know, I really like to do this on days when I have a little bit of extra time and I know the rest of the week would be really busy. I try to make ahead all of my components or ingredients for the next few meals, and this really saves a lot of time. Here I'm also taking the opportunity to get ahead and make some bread dough. I am making my 5-ingredient French bread recipe from the blog. Head on over to homemakingwithoutfear.com and search for ArtisanFrench bread, and you can print this recipe. 5 ingredients, it goes together super quick. You can have a loaf of bread in the oven in less than 2 hours. I plan to turn this French bread into both pizza crust for the following day and also French bread rolls for a busy Saturday. We are preparing to move soon. We had a really busy Saturday planned working outside. I'm shaping the loaf, oiling it, and covering it. I'm going to put it in a warm spot to let rest and rise before I shape it for baking. Separate my dough in half. Half will be saved for pizza dough later. And like I mentioned before, the other half will be turned into French bread rolls for shredded barbecue chicken sandwich. It really isn't any extra trouble to go ahead and just double the recipe. Love to have French bread dough in the freezer. It really makes pizza night super fast. Half of this dough is going to go into a butter bowl and will come together quickly for Friday night pizza. If you would like to keep this dough longer, pop it in the freezer instead of the refrigerator. My French bread rolls are finished. I brush the top with melted butter to keep them nice and soft. plan to store them in the refrigerator for a quick meal Saturday night. I also got ahead by making my shredded chicken that I would turn into a pizza topping, and also shredded chicken for barbecue sandwiches. I like to do this in my Instapot because I'm terrible about remembering to thaw out meat. Partially thawed chicken breasts, add some seasonings, a little bit of broth. I let it come to pressure and cook for an hour. Some of the chicken will go into a smaller container to use for pizza topping, and the rest will go into a large container and get turned into barbecued chicken sandwiches. While my Instapot was in use, I decided to toss in some sausage on sauté. I put this in a small container to also save for pizza topping. Two meals prepped. Wash your Instapot once. This is a great way to save time and get ahead. Okay, back to Buttercup squash Alfredo sauce. My squash is roasted and I have 1 full cup ready for this recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and start my noodles. We found these cute pumpkin and bat raviolis at Costco, and my daughter just loved them, so I'm gonna do that. And then I also get this delicious whole wheat pasta from my Azure Standard order. Okay, to make this sauce, in a medium saucepan, you're going to melt your butter, add garlic, and let it become fragrant. Whisk in your flour, let it bubble for a couple minutes. Whisk in milk. Add warm cream, your squash puree, and Parmesan cheese. Whisk this, let it melt and heat through, but do not boil it. Add salt and pepper to season, and you're done. Oh, this is so good. My kids love this. It's packed with whole food nutrition, veggies. Now I'm gonna save some of this Alfredo to use in my pizza for tomorrow night. The rest I'm gonna serve over whole wheat noodles, bat and pumpkin ravioli with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. It is Friday night and we are making pizza. We were short on time this night. I was able to have pizza on the table in less than a half an hour because I had my French bread dough ready to go. I rolled it out and I added all kinds of delicious toppings. I made a cheese and pepperoni pizza. I made a classic meat pizza with sausage that I had cooked earlier. And I made a gourmet version for me and my husband. Oh my goodness, this pizza was so good. Butternut squash Alfredo sauce as my base instead of marinara. Topped it with shredded cheese, caramelized onions, a little bit of sausage, mushrooms. I ended up using some of the shredded chicken to make a white chicken Alfredo pizza as well. We love pizza night. Saturday was just as busy as I thought it would be, but we got so much moved and so much done. But I came in halfway through the day, I pulled out my Instant Pot and I added my shredded chicken that I already had cooked up, a little bit of our favorite barbecue sauce, and a broth. You could use water too. I set it to slow cook for 4 hours, and voila! French bread rolls, shredded barbecue chicken. Dinner is served. I am so thankful and grateful for all of you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your favorite fall recipes. Feel free to email me, kassy@homemakingwithoutfear.com. I would love it if you could head over to Instagram, follow us, and make sure you tag me in all your fall recipes. Happy fall, and I'll see you next week.